Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Devastator from Transformers. And this is from their Combiners War series, and Devastator. And here are 6 Voyager class vehicles. Alright, and here's the back of the box. As you can see, this thing is supposed to be 18 inches in height, which is massive. So let's open them up. Alright, once you open this up, you'll see a kind of tray that houses 6 vehicles. And then there's the accessory, and there's the instruction, and there's that card, the Devastator card. And again, here's the trading card, Devastator. And alright, here we have all 6 vehicles. So let's take a look at them individually. Alright, and first we have Hook. And wow, detailing is not the greatest. It's a little low end in a way. The plastic feels a little not as good as before. It doesn't feel like I think yeah, detailing not so much. I mean, you can see lines and everything, but nothing's painted. So yeah. So there's the vehicle mode of Hook. And next up we have Long Haul. And there we see the Decepticons logo. That's basically a dump truck. And this panel does not move, which is a bit disappointing. Wheels move, but yeah, not a whole lot of paint apps on any of these. The whole thing is basically molded out of plastic, and that's about it. Then here we have Scavenger. Again, nothing to it. That's painted on. Nice. Nothing too fancy about this guy. And the bottom. And next up we have Bone Crusher. The treads are same color as the vehicle itself. It would have been nice if it was a different color. Here's the other side. And next up we have Scrapper. This is, I believe this is my favorite looking vehicle. Nicely done. And lastly we have Mixmaster. And here you can see this thing is not movable. Alright, and here we have Devastator all put together. And wow, this thing's massive. And he stands about 18 inches in height. And let's do a comparison with the Hot Toys. And here I have Captain America next to him, and you can see he is massive in comparison. So let's get a closer look at Devastator. And there's his head. And the rest of him. And articulation is quite good on this guy, surprisingly, because I figure a combiner wouldn't have that great of an articulation, but actually this one turned out to be pretty good. And here we have a side view of him. And the back side. other side. And there's his weapon. And everything's locked together nicely with the chest emblem. Here the wings, the end of it is attached to the treads, same on this side. And then here there's a joint right here for rotations and stuff. Here you give them full range 360 movement. And then elbows, you could rotate all sides. And then the waist, there's a rotation joint, and then same with the head, there's a rotation joint. And then on the hips, okay, so as far as the hips, there's really strong ratcheting joints here underneath this panel there, so you could get full range of motion. And then here there's a joint, a hinge joint for the knees, and then here's just a pivot joint, so he could stabilize both of his feet on the ground. And there are ankles. There are ankle support right there. There's one right there, and these are the two. The elbow joint is quite weak. You can see it doesn't hold up properly if he's holding a gun. Yeah, it doesn't stay put. And here I got his legs spread a bit more, and here you can see that's about how far this pivot could go. There it is on the side. So yeah, he could actually do quite a lot as far as posability is concerned. For a combiner, I'm very surprised by this, which is very, very nice. And so one last look at Devastator. I think eventually I will buy Gundam marker and then fill in all the lines, all the grooves and stuff to make him look a little bit, to show a little bit more detail for this figure. Because right now all you're seeing are just molded plastic, not a whole lot of paint apps with this figure. But I think filling lines would make him stand out quite a bit more. So here's a closer look at the backside of Devastator. Yeah, I think they did a pretty good job with it. A really good job with it, actually. Again, quite a massive figure. Alright, and here we have Hook in robot mode, and I do like the design of this one the most, but his arms are a little weird looking because of the hollowness in the arms. Here you can see he doesn't even have an elbow. It's totally missing because of the way they created this robot, and hollowness in the legs as well. But overall, articulation on him is really good. A lot of ball joints and a lot of great range of motions for this figure. And there's the front side. There's a side. Too bad that this hook here, this rod here, is not collapsible. It would have been nice if you could collapse it into a smaller piece, but it doesn't. So it's sticking out like a tail, which is not so pretty from the side. And next up we have Long Haul, and this is very bulky. This figure is very bulky, and his arms are also weird. There's no rotating joint around the elbows, and the head is basically just on a swivel joint, and there's just a waist joint and ratcheting hips because of the when he was transformed into Devastator. Definitely need those ratcheting joints to support him up. And he's got massive legs, short and stubby, but yeah, it doesn't look good here, sticking out like a giant piece sticking out, which is very weird. And there's the side view of him, and then the back side, and the other side. And next up we have Scavenger. Here's one of the two skinny robots, and here you can see he has full range of motion, a lot of ball jointed hips, and ball joint shoulders, and even elbows, and here he is from the side, and not too much sticking out except for the scooper thing, whatever this thing is called, and yeah, pretty neat. I do like the robot mode of this one. And here we have Bone Crusher. I purposely didn't put these two pieces together because it is so hard to put them together. I'm afraid that if I snap them together, I might not be able to get them back off. It's because eventually I'm just gonna have them. I'm just gonna display him as a Devastator, so there's no point in keeping him in a robot mode that long. It's mainly just for the review. And there's the back side of him. And the other side. And he too has a lot of ball joints. Shoulders and hips are ball jointed. And there's a hinged knee and a ball jointed neck. And here we have Scrapper. And he doesn't have elbows articulation. I guess due to the transformation maybe, or it would have been nice if they added elbows articulation. I mean, right now he could swivel, but he can't bend his elbows, which is a bit disappointing because I do really like this figure. The design of him is a lot cooler than some of the other ones. Here, a giant hook, giant scooper sticking out of the backside, the top of his head, and then there's the backside of him. And lastly, we have Mixmaster, and I take it he's the leader, but he does have some weird looking joints as well, and also the arms. You can see there's a whole lot of gaps going on here, which is not pretty to look at, and his legs are massive. Look at how thick these things are. And unfortunately he has a giant purple thing sticking out of his ass. And here's the back side. You can clearly see this thing is massive, sticking out of his behind. And it would have been nice if they could collapse this somehow, but unfortunately they're not able to. So yeah, there you go. And here, all 6 of them together. A very cool looking group. So, at the end of the day, is this set worth picking up? I say yes, highly recommend the set. It's going to set you back about 150 bucks, or maybe a little bit more, depending on where you get this from. It's not a Toys R Us exclusive, but I did purchase this off Toys R Us for, well, the Toys R Us I went to was a little higher. It was $165, but it had a 15% off coupon, so it came out to $150 or so out the door. So yeah, that's good. I do recommend this set. Again, the plastic itself is not as hard as Masterpiece. Wish they were the quality of Masterpiece, but they're not. It's a little bit softer, but I can live with that. And again, this is a great set, and it's definitely worth getting. So there you go. Hasbro Devastator. Well, more like Constructicons, but yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching.